is why Rory McIlroy will win the 2021 PGA Championship. Welcome back to another video. I am MATTFREAKINDEAKINS, your ASMR golf reporter, and coming in today with a PGA Championship special. Today, actually, it is currently 5:19 a.m. On Eastern Standard Time in the United States of America, and today the PGA Championship starts. It starts actually, I think it's at 8:00 something. 8:00 something. But they are playing at Kiowa Island in Kiowa Island, South Carolina. Reason I say this is why Rory McIlroy will win the PGA Championship, because he won it last time they played it at Kiowa Island in convincing fashion. He mastered that golf course in 4 days, and it was insane. Now, granted, he is a bit different from when he was the PGA champion. Then he has changed his swing, changed coaches, changed all these different things. It's been almost 9 years since he won this tournament, because it was at Kiowa Island 9 years ago. But also, that's not the last time he won it. I lied. He won it again in 2014, but he won it here in convincing fashion. Let's see who was number 2 in that tournament. He won it by 8 strokes. He won it by 8 strokes in 2012. He's been playing really well. He won the tournament a couple weeks ago at a place he had won before, at Quail Hollow. So I think he has the best chance in my eyes, and he's my pick to win the 2021 PGA Championship. Now I will say there's a lot of formidable opponents in this tournament that have been playing really well of late. Jordan Spieth being one of them. There's a lot of people that are picking him to win, or being a person in contention on Sunday. Current odds right now 16-1 for Jordan. McIlroy is at 11-1. A lot of people are liking the young man, Norwegian Victor Hovland. He's won a couple tournaments lately over the last couple years. I mean, his odds are 25-1, but he's a young man. He's fearless. He strikes the ball really well. He's always got a smile on his face. He could hit a terrible shot, and now he's have a smile on his face. I like the guy. I like his chances. You have to keep up there. Colin Morikawa, he's at 30-1 odds. He won it last year at TPC Harding Park in South in San Francisco. So he's one you have to keep in mind. You cannot forget about Dustin Johnson, who won so many majors in such a quick amount of time, so many tournaments in such a quick amount of time. He's 18-1 odds. He has never won the PGA, but he has won a lot of tournaments over the last 2 years. So he has regressed a little bit. He's had a little bit of issues with I don't know if it's injuries or mental, but last couple months he's been a little off, but still in top 10s. He's been off his championship ways, but he's definitely not off his game. They have an interesting one on here in this article that I have up. Will Zalatoris, he played really well at the Masters. He was solo second at the Masters, first ever appearance at the Masters. But he's a 50-1 odds, and they have him as a person to watch. So maybe I'll watch him. Another one, Xander Schauffele. He tends to play really well in big tournaments. He plays really well at Augusta National, so I'd be curious to see how he plays here. He is a 22-1 odds. There's Tony Finau. I like Tony Finau. Tony Finau was on the big break. If anybody remembers that, that was not a long time ago, but that was some time ago. It was a show on the Golf Channel where you had X amount of contestants, almost like a game show or a reality game show, where they had to go through several challenges and go through each other, and they basically the winner got a X amount of $1,000 sponsorship with, I think it was Adams Golf, and an entry into a PGA Tour event, I think is what it was. He did not win, but now he's the only one from that class that's very relevant. He deemed this Keogh Island course the most difficult course in the United States. Most difficult tournament in the United States, with arguably the best field. So it'd be interesting to see him come through on this and win. That'd be pretty cool. Odds currently at 35 to 1. So a little bit about prior champions. Last year I noted Colin Morikawa was your winner. Before that, in 2019 was Brooks Koepka, won by 2 strokes at Bethpage in New York. Prior to that was Brooks Koepka, who won by 2 strokes over Tiger Woods at Bellerive. That was kind of the start of the Tiger resurgence for a couple years, where he ended up winning the Masters. He came back. I think he put up like a 62 on the final day, and still came up only 2 strokes short, which is pretty crazy. Before that, 2017, Justin Thomas won a 2-stroke win over Francesco Molinari, Louis Oosthuizen, and Patrick Reed at Quail Hollow in North Carolina, where Rory won a couple weeks ago. 2016 was Jimmy Walker, 1 stroke over Jason Day at Baltusrol in New Jersey. Now, Jimmy Walker's an interesting one because he's kind of been irrelevant ever since. I think he was on the Ryder Cup team that year, and then never really heard of again, which is kind of sad because I like Jimmy. He's a positive guy. He does not flashy. He just comes in and does business. So I hope he has a good week this week. Jason Day won in 2015. Of course, it was at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin. He won by 3 strokes over Jordan Spieth. And then there was, in 2014, Rory McIlroy won by 1 stroke over Phil Mickelson at Valhalla in Kentucky. So that's enough of that. I personally think Rory McIlroy will win. I think your top 5 will be something along the lines of, Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, maybe a Dustin Johnson. I don't think Brooks hasn't been playing while he's coming off a wrist injury, so he's not playing very well right now. So I think he's going to be kind of on the back end. He might make the cut, he might not, or he'll make it like on the number. I think Bryson will do okay. Bryson played well at TPC Harding Park, just not well enough. And Bryson did win the U.S. Open last year, so that's coming up, so we'll see how that goes. I also like the guy who won the Masters. Why am I drawing a blank right now? They're playing in the final group. Hideki Matsuyama. I knew I'd come up with it. Hideki Matsuyama. I like him. He's a very good striker of the ball. He's got some distance. I think it's going to be interesting playing at Keogh Island, seeing how the wind plays, because some of those holes can get very affected by the winds. And similarly to a bunch of the courses down south, they have a lot of holes where they've got like landing areas, where they've got like waste areas, and then there's like a perfect plot of fairway with waste areas around it that are considered hazards. So you have to play it to a landing area to then play it to the next area. So I'm going to be very curious to see how that goes. They have a couple like that I know of, not a ton, but a few. And it'd be very interesting to see how that goes. I personally have never played Keogh Island. The course they're playing, which one's the Ocean course, I've never played there. But I have played a handful of the PGA courses, and they are all set up very difficult. I think that the wind is going to be the key. If the wind gets picked up in certain times, it's going to make things very interesting. Because down there in the southeast United States, when the wind gets whipping, playing golf down there many but I think that, let's see, what did I said? Rory won it by X amount of strokes before. He was at 13 under and won by 8 strokes. I'm going to say the winner is going to be at 9 under. This year, 9 under is going to be my winner, with a low round of 5 under. So I think that is going to be kind of the recap. Like I said, you'll see in the top 5 or top 10, you'll see the Xander Schauffele's, the probably the Colin Morikawa's, the Hideki Matsuyama's, the Jordan Spieth's. You have a few mixers in there that you kind of didn't expect, because that always happens. But I think that it's going to be a very good tournament. I think a lot of it depends on how the course looks and how the course plays. A few years ago, they played out in California somewhere. I think it was a U.S. Open. They played out in California, and the course looked burnt and like gray almost. So as long as they've kind of kept things green, I guess you could say, kind of using that loosely, green, I think it'll be a great visual presentation. I know the coverage here in the United States is on ESPN for a couple days, so I think that that'll be good, because I'll be able to watch it, or regardless of where it was being broadcasted, I'd be watching it, so I'll have it on during my work days for the next 2 days. But I think that, like I said, I think Rory McIlroy is going to be your winner at 9 under. So let's see how right I am. I'll do a post-mortem after the tournament, probably to come out sometime Monday, and I will see you then.